Alright, this is our first edition of TennFit Need to Know Info. So we're going to go over a success training chart. Okay? So for a lot of us, we're not prioritizing our training. And this is what differentiates us from other gyms. Okay? So this is the difference. Got 100% at the top, 80%, 40%, 20%, 0%. This right here is our capacity of what we're capable of doing. Okay, so we're going to put a little line right here at the top. If we exceed this line, that's where we have pain, weight gain, and no gains, and also burnout. Below the line, we're going to put a big smiley face. That means this is where we're having no pain, we're having weight loss, we're having the gains that we desire, and we're never getting burnt out. We're loving working out. Okay? So, the first thing that you usually have that you cannot change is wear and tear to your body. So that's our first block, wear and tear. The second block is something that you can change, is recovery. Are we recovering the right way? The third block for this is soft tissue or mobility, like working on our flexibility. Right? So we're going to put mobility, flexibility, mobility, flex. Fourth thing, nutrition. It kind of falls in line with recovery. The next thing that we have is knowledge. Are we taking what we're learning and applying it? Are we showing up to class on time? Because the first 5 minutes of class is probably the most valuable and important part of our classes that we conduct. That's usually when we go over the stimulus, usually go over the reason that you're doing the training, reason for form and technique. And are you watching the videos that we're putting out? Are you taking the time to understand why you're doing what you're doing? Because here we take pride in knowing what we're doing. Not just looking at a workout and being like, oh heck, that's what I want to do. So we put knowledge. Next block is BS. So this is everyday stress that we cannot control ourselves. But you can control it, but what we're getting at is like, this is something that just pisses you off during the day. Next thing is work, school stress. And last is our training or family or sport. Whatever your sport, how much time you spend with your family or your training. Okay, so we put up training, family, sport. Now as you can see, the top block right here is exceeding our current capacity, because our blocks below are stacked too high, because we're not prioritizing. You can do all the training you want and see zero results, zero gain of any kind, because your blocks down here are not prioritized. So what does that mean? Let's take a typical athlete, all right? We'll use me for example. I've had a torn ankle in college. I tore the ankle ligament from my bone, and I tore my forearm in college. Both had to do recovery. That's wear and tear that I can't go back and give myself a new ankle. I can't go back and give myself a new forearm muscle. Okay, so we'll put 2 blocks there. Okay, 2 injuries that we can't really get over. Recovery. Are you sleeping 6 to 9 hours a night? And typically we want to see 8 to 9. When I say 6, it's because the older you get, the actually less sleep you get, but that doesn't change until you're like your 50s or 60s. Okay? So typically the average person, 8 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Okay? That would be a block if you're getting that in. Are you working on your mobility and your flexibility before and after class? Are you taking the stretches important? Are you doing the mobility drills that we drill and tell you, like ankle dorsiflexion, banded distractions? Are you doing your carries during workouts to work on shoulder flexibility? Are you doing that stuff? Let's say yes, that athlete is, okay? Or say no, that athlete's not. So each time you add a block, that means they're not. Okay, that means you're not doing it. So are you weighing and measuring your food, eating quality food? Are you eating less processed food and eating more natural food? Are you weighing and measuring it also? If you're not, we add a block. Knowledge. Are you coming with an open mind to class early enough so that you can understand the reason that you're doing today's workout? Are you watching the videos that are given out? Okay, when you ask the 8th time what a power snatch is and you've been a member for 2 years, you're not applying the knowledge that you're gaining. Okay, so we'll put that at the top. BS, that person just keeps pissing you off. You know, might be your husband, might be your wife, might be the kids. They're stressing you out. So we're going to add a block there. Work in school, add a block there. Working 12 hours a week, or 12 hours a day, 5 times a week. So your work schedule is extremely hard. If you see there, that's why we have our training is exceeding our capacity. So now we're going to have some serious pain. We're going to have weight gain, no matter what we think that we're doing, and no gains, and burnout. We're not going to want to come work out a lot. Okay, hence why you do most of the time do a flow session once or twice a week. That kind of helps with your block of training here. It keeps it from being too far. Okay, so let's say, how do we fix that? What we're going to do is we're going to start over, and let's see if we can use an average person, okay? All right, wear and tear. Most people have this, so we're going to put the block there, okay? If you don't, you have that lower block, okay? Recovery. This athlete's sleeping 6 to 8 hours. Perfect. 0 block. Mobility and flexibility. They're kind of working on it, but they're not. So they've got, like, let's say that they're spending 2 or 3 minutes after class to stretch. All right, add a block because they're not taking it as a priority. Nutrition. Are they weighing and measuring their food? They kind of are every now and then, but you know, Tuesday night they're having the bourbon. Saturday night they're eating, you know, pals, stuff that you can control if you're a better planner. If you're a better planner, you can control that stuff, whether you say it or not. Like, I thought that was too hard, and then me and my wife sat down and we actually started planning out our days and found out that it was so much easier to have our food already planned out. So, that person's not doing that, so we're going to put our nutrition here. Knowledge. This person's coming in with an open mind. They're like killing it. They're like, I love these videos. Like, what do you do? Why do you do this on Snatch? Like on Kipping Pull-Up, I saw that you posted this video about how to stay hollow and arch. I talked to Joe the other day. Thank you. Knowledge is applied, so 0 block. BS. All right, have a talk with this person. Tell them, like, why are you letting that person stress you out? Get 10 minutes a day of meditation, of somewhere alone where you're going to think. We're eliminating BS, so no block. Work at school. Obviously, something we're going to have to apply, okay? Everybody's usually got to do that. So now, look at our capacity to train. Look how much bigger our block is. Now, when that person tells me they want to do a squat program, you met the requirements to do the squat program. Or, I want to do some extra running after class. I want to run like 2 or 3 miles after class. You met the requirements to do that. You see how you have to prioritize the stuff here before I can ever do the stuff up here. But somehow we are making this, and then these blocks are flip-flopped. So now our wear and tear is way past the capacity line, but our training is like up here, because we think that if we just work out and work out hard, that we'll get everything that we want. That's not how it works. 80% of your stuff is your recovery and nutrition and what you do on a daily basis before you train. 80%. 20% of that is what you're programmed. All right, that's why it's important that you're, like your body, when we talk about CNS and stuff, that you aren't under constant stress. Whether you realize or not, working out puts your body under stress. So if you're constantly doing a competitor's program and you're trying to lose weight, you're going to gain weight because your body is not stressed, is getting stressed out. Those CrossFit Games athletes look like this. They might have wear and tear, so they got 1 block. They take the recovery. They work on their mobility and flexibility. They do their nutrition the right way. They apply the knowledge. They have 0 BS because they're in the gym all day. They have 0 work or school schedule for the most part, which would be minimum. We'll say that they're a small block. Then they have a huge area to do capacity and training. Huge. That's why they can train 4 to 5 hours a day. That's why they do what they do. This is anybody that's wanting to strive to be a regionals competitor or games athlete or break into regionals. That's how hard it is to get to that level. Now you're saying, why are you always talking about games and stuff like that? Like, well, I'm not trying to be competitive. You're trying to get weight loss. Maybe take your recovery serious, take your mobility and flexibility serious, take your nutrition serious, take your knowledge serious, and guess what? You're going to be able to train a little bit more and have that weight loss. You're also going to have more success. So, underneath the comments, make sure you write some stuff, like ask some questions underneath here, have some questions for class, share this with a friend. This is what differentiates us from the other gym. We actually prioritize what we're doing on a daily basis outside the gym. What that means is I care about what's going in your body, what's affecting your body, not just the workout that you're doing. All right? That's why your workouts are written with science and precision, not guessing and fun. Guessing and fun stresses you out. Science and precision lets you train for your years and years and years to come to see results and results and results. Don't train for tomorrow. Train for 5 years from tomorrow. Like, train for longevity. Do not train day to day. I tell my wife this all the time, and I'm sharing this with you. Like, you can't think day to day. You have to have a plan. Plan out. If you don't plan out and make sure that this stuff is a priority, then you won't. Like, we'll give you an example. Jay Jones. Everybody knows Jay Jones. Awesome weight loss story. You know why Jay Jones had that weight loss? He took his recovery serious, he took his nutrition serious, he took his mobility serious, he took his knowledge serious. How do I know that? Jay always has a great question to ask when he comes to class. I know his nutrition, for the most part, is on point. When he started going through his weight loss journey, he talks about mobility and flexibility. I see him getting a PVC pipe, working on his stuff before and after class. His recovery, for the most part, is pretty good. Work, BS, probably affects him, but guess what? He gets to do more training and recover. Recover is the key. So, this is our success training chart. If you can't read it on the screen, because it might be a fuzzy screen, we're using an old camera, don't worry. We'll have this posted up on the board in the other room, so come by and just look at it. If you have a question, just ask one of us. Okay, ask me, so I can go over that with me again. Probably showing up 5 minutes into class, and then asking me how to go over that, it's probably not fair to the other 20 people in the class. That goes back into knowledge, showing up 10 minutes early so that you can come in and ask questions that you have. That's a priority. That's being a good planner. A good planner has results. A bad planner has 0 results. So be a good planner.